Meeting come to order. Please rise for the saying of the Pledge of Allegiance of the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll take the roll.
I do. Clerk?
Here.
Conan?
Here.
Baylor?
Yep.
Sleds?
Here.
Belkey?
I am here.
Shaw and Wallach are absent.
Are there any additions or corrections to the agenda?
We're going to add on, Steve, change order number 6.
Which, item L?
Now, is that coming under sewer
No,
department?
it's going to come down here under new business. Change order number 6 for the wastewater treatment
And
plant.
what are we gonna call it?
Just change order number 6,
Change order number 6.
wastewater treatment plant.
So that's at the tail end of everything.
Yeah. And we're also removing the treasurer's report out. Joe's been extremely busy.
We're removing out of administration.
Yeah.
Administrative reports. Anything else? Should I have a motion, please?
Mr. President, I'll move the agenda be accepted as amended.
Support.
Sleds?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Do we have any citizens' comments? Okay. And moving on, we have a presentation. And we would like to recognize Ed Saratowski at his retirement. Would you come up here, Ed?
Oh, sure.
There you go.
He's
Got me in
doing
the
his
middle.
least favorite thing.
I've known Ed since he was never a little kid, but I knew him when he was a kid. But anyhow, this memento of our esteem is presented to you, Ed Saratowski, upon your retirement on March 31st, 2021, as supervisor for the Village of Armada, Department of Public Works. We are grateful, and I think we really are
Yeah.
grateful.
Yes, we are.
Everybody, I think, will agree with that. For your 46 years of leadership and service. Best wishes, council, staff, village residents. And here's this little memento.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Hey, you gotta stand there and open it,
You
man.
gotta open it. That's the one you keep when you ditch the box, then.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry about the box. My daughter bought earrings.
Thank you.
Did you read it?
Did you, it's a,
Oh, it's
Other
engraved.
side. Yeah.
I was
Need
looking for
your
my glasses earlier. They were not.
Glasses on there. You know, it's a sign of old age, you know.
Apparently, Ed Saratowski, 46 years of service, Village of Armada. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
You wanted to get you something you could use.
I figured you wouldn't be able to use a wall hanging clock or something.
Got plenty of those, they all say Michigan on them.
I'll change that.
And,
Thanks.
Dave, you gonna respond to that?
and when you retire, you don't need
Not
to.
today. Joe, now we have a couple other things planned, don't we?
We do, yeah, he knows.
We're
Yeah,
gonna-
later date.
At a later
Yeah,
date,
later date.
we're gonna have a
Luncheon,
luncheon and
yeah.
there's gonna be a certificate
Yep,
and,
but this was the last meeting prior to the
God,
last
Ed,
day.
this is truly an end of an era.
Right?
It is.
I thought Joe and Harry were, I've known quite a few of our DPW workers and supervisors, and I thought Joe and Harry were end of an era, but this is even a much, much bigger era.
Yep.
Just to put it in context, we, a year and a half ago or so, we celebrated the village sesquicentennial. It's 150 years. And It's been here for a third of it. For a third of it. So
Yeah.
50 years.
Yeah, of course, he started when he was, a baby, right?
Still is a baby. And great job. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Ed, what are you gonna do now, you got all this time on
Well, I
you?
got that boats getting ready. I'll be on that quite a bit.
Darn right, I don't think it.
Do you
That
want
knife
to
ought
try
to
to
come
snap a
in
picture
handy.
with council
Yeah.
just for?
I think that'd be really
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Come on up here again, Ed, we'll like get a picture with you. It'll make us look a little better. Well,
Some of it.
maybe.
Be the mass marauders.
Would you like me to stand?
I don't know, you
Right in the
guys
middle.
figure out how you want to do it. Ed's tall, so put him in the middle.
Right.
Joe?
Yeah, hang on, I just wanna make sure I can get you all in the frame.
Yeah.
You too, Kevin, you gotta figure out how to get us all in the frame.
So much for our 6-foot guys.
Alright.
Mr. Connick,
Wait,
can you just
wait.
step forward to your right a little bit? Ms.
girls
Bowles,
next-
can you step forward,
Yeah,
step to your
yeah.
left?
Let's put the
Get out of
girls
there.
next to Ed.
That's all. I just don't want to.
You can go 2 rows.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Panoramic view.
Okay.
Smile now.
Jeez.
All right, thank you, Kevin.
Thanks, Ed.
All right.
Thanks, Kevin.
Yep, no problem.
See you tomorrow.
Well,
You get one extra free comment now, Kevin, because of that.
So, it's hard to move on from that, but,
Got it, we got a huge agenda.
do we have any administrative reports tonight?
We have the F&B report, everybody's got it. Don't really have anything additional to add. Like I said, just, the information is all right here, so.
We also
Okay.
have-
I'll just mention that part of the plan going forward, assuming the council approves the F&B contract, is that the water and wastewater reports will be consolidated and truncated a little bit from what they've been in the past. So you get, the critical operational information in there, all of the additional information that Steve would provide in the past. We're gonna hold that off. It's available. Water's gonna get a lot of the same stuff. We're just gonna keep it out of the report so that it's easily readable and digestible by everybody. So it's a truncated report. Take a look at this one. You'll get a sense of what the future ones will look like.
Okay.
And then I've got a liaison report. I guess this is with my, haven't worn it in a while, but my council business liaison hat on. Had a chance to attend the Armada Chamber of Commerce March meeting. The good meeting by the chamber, and the chamber is looking for opportunities to work with the village on some activities, and perhaps one good one is the four corner signage, which remains, we don't have a path forward. Nobody really owns that yet. That might be a good opportunity to work with the chamber, because if we don't get involved in some way, we're gonna lose control of the message. But the chamber would be a great group to execute the management of the four corners. So I would recommend a cooperative effort with those guys.
He means the welcome to Armada signs, just in case.
Yeah.
All right, so I make
And
sure
I think
it's
they're
clear.
looking for a way to put up the various organizational signs, as well as have advertising for village events out there. So an opportunity for council to work with the chamber in a positive, cooperative way. So I just put it out there, no decisions on it at this point, and we can talk about it at future meetings. That's all I have.
Okay. Do I have any motion?
No motions on that.
On the consent agenda?
No, you didn't get to the consent agenda.
Oh, that's right, I was
You're
going.
on the consent agenda.
Do we have a motion on the consent agenda, guys?
Mr. President, I'll move the consent agenda be accepted as presented.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Old business, sewer plan update.
Yes.
Steven?
Yeah, like I told you last time, the SBR tank had been drained. Now they are doing sandblasting. Prior to, there's a couple of hairline cracks they want to patch before they do the recoating. Again, they're continuing with wiring, a lot of wiring to be done yet, and some more work done in the pipe gallery. That's all I've got right now.
Again, do we have any idea when the project will be complete, Steve?
Not off the top of my head right now. I have to look at the paperwork.
Okay.
Anything else?
Any questions on, for Steve? Okay, then moving on.
Does Ross have anything?
Go see Ross.
Ross, you got something for the water
You
department?
know he does.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. We just received the Eagle Water Monitoring Schedule and Annual Report listing for 2021, so that that figures prominently into the types of things that F&V would do for us. Again, given council approving bringing those guys on. We also got a letter today, very happy to get this letter from Eagle that approves our water asset management plan. It's been a 2-year effort to get that knocked out, and you know, these are always living plans. They continue to evolve over time. The thing that got Eagle to approve it was the capital improvement planning report that we did just a couple months ago, where they can see that we've taken a look at prioritizing all of the infrastructure projects that we have in the village. And they were particularly happy about the fact that we put in addition to water, we put in sewer and we put in streets. So they're very happy with that, and they would like to see that continue and are encouraging other municipalities to do the same thing. So, so we're approved, so that's great. We continue to wait for answers on the 2 grants that we put in with the state for. That's the $100,000 for the DWAM grant. We now expect it to be a decision to be made in April, and $1,150,000 for C2R2. That is expected to be decided in May. Again, that one, you know, we're one of 32 municipalities that put in for it. So a small number of municipalities, I think we've got a great chance of getting some of that money to take care of some of our critical infrastructure problems in water, which would be the filtration media at the water treatment plant and the arsenic detention project. So, and then last but not least, talked a little bit about it earlier in the budget discussion. We expect to get about $184,000 as part of the American Recovery Act 2021. This is the COVID stimulus that just got passed by Congress. That money is really earmarked for water projects, sewer projects, or broadband projects. And we discussed giving it to sewer when it comes in. So 184,000, don't quote me exactly, but it's about $105 per resident is what that's based upon. So, so a lot of good things potentially just down the street for us in water and perhaps sewer.
Awesome.
I do have a question. Ross, on the $1,150,000, how much total funds is there in that, did they say?
I want to say there's about $25 million. I may be off slightly on that. It's about that amount of money. So 32 municipalities looking for money, 25 million, but not everybody's asking for over $1 million. There were some number of smaller amounts.
Okay.
And so I don't know that we're going to get everything, but I think we made
Yeah,
great
any
case.
little bit helps.
right? It's really was for PFAS. We have no PFAS issue. That's a great benefit by being here. However, we do have an arsenic problem. and that's what we filter out of our water treatment plant and
Right.
what we need the arsenic detention zone for.
Okay. Good to know.
Good question.
All set, Ross?
Yep.
Okay, moving on to new business. The approval of our employee agreements. Are we ready to approve our agreements with Rebecca Henderson, Michael Patrick, James Sharp, Andrew Kubik, David Wagner, and Victor Curtis?
Yeah, I think Joe said all of those were ready to go, squared away after some amount of working with council and the.
They've all been signed by the employees, they're just awaiting my signature.
Okay.
the
Mr.
president's.
President, I will resolve to approve the employment agreements between the Village of Armada and Rebecca Henderson, Michael Patrick, James Sharp, Andrew Kubik, David Wagner, and Victor Curtis.
Support.
I'd like a,
Roll call.
roll call.
Who supported that?
Me.
Oh, I thought it was Ross. There were Ross down,
Give
sorry.
it to Chris, that's fine.
Sorry. Ballard,
Yes.
Sleds,
Yes.
Belkey,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Conan.
Yes. And the reason I called for that was I want the employees to know that we're supporting them, everybody on the council. Okay, now, capital charges for water and sewer. Ooh.
These are what you guys do every year to set the water and sewer rates. Water by bond has to go up 3%. There's no way around that. That's part of the bond contingency. And then the sewer one you guys just got tonight, so.
Right, just in terms of water, as Michelle said, this is a requirement of the bond that we currently have on the water treatment plant, which should be paid off in 2024. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
The old fee was, if I can find it here very quickly, was $64.17 based upon 5,000 gallons of usage. That was our basic commodity charge. That charge now based upon the consumer price index going up. No, I take that back. That's a mandatory 3%, right?
Probably the bond issue.
Yeah, it's not CPI, which raises the price for 5,000 gallons to $66.09. That's a $1.92 increase per 5,000 gallons. So every 5,000 gallons you use, you're going to essentially pay $2 extra for it per quart. So, and then if I can find the motion here.
It's not there. It's on your sheet, on the agenda
On
sheet.
the agenda sheet,
Yeah.
okay.
It's to adopt the attached
Yeah,
resolution.
I see it. So I make a motion to adopt the attached resolution for water, approving the new water and, well,
It's
want to
in-
wait until we do
it's got a
sewer?
vote.
We do them together
Together.
because the
Okay.
resolutions have been, so it's just to approve both of them.
Steve, you got any comments on?
No.
Okay, approving the new water and sewer rates.
What are we doing?
I
Support.
read that.
Hold on, we just got the news.
Okay, now what
No,
does this do
Taylor.
to sewer?
Sewer went up, I don't remember what the amount was, Joe.
16%.
Because I don't think what I'm reading here is.
That's
right.
not right,
No.
no, that's
we
not.
just changed it based on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's at the budget meeting.
Joe, that's
Yes,
the new
Joe.
one here that goes from 1782,825,002 per thousand to 1962 per thousand?
Yes.
See if there's another one.
Yeah, and that's got, I mean, it's got to
Yeah.
be raised, I mean, maybe
I'm
that,
not real
that
sure
maybe,
about this.
Steve, you should discuss that just a little bit, explaining the bond that we took out, and,
Well,
I mean, it has to be raised.
right, it is. We're doing rebuilding the sewer plant, and this is how we're doing it, which we've done for other projects, be it the water, or we just finally paid off the sewer a couple of years ago. from when it first got built, and now it's time to redo it, so. That's why things have to go up.
So that was Belkey and Ballard?
But what's it going up here is what I'm saying.
I don't.
It's
He
on the
said the
resolution.
water portion is going up 3%.
It's about $2 for the unit charge.
I don't know how much percentages on the sewer.
Yeah, I don't know what percentage is.
With the sewer went up about 10%.
Okay, okay.
Okay, that was what you had estimated
Yeah, about 10.
earlier today.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, you wanna take a roll call on this?
Yeah. Belkey,
Yes.
Ballard,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes,
Sledds,
Yes.
Conan.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, motion carried. Set millage proposal rates. I'm thinking this might be you, Joe.
All you gotta do is just, that's the same proposal that we do every year.
Right.
And you have to remember, it is a proposed rate based on last year's millage. Once the appropriations department gets me the Headley, and I have the rollback, then we set in June the final rate before the roll is set. So this is a proposed rate that satisfies the requirements of the budget hearing.
Mr. President, I'll resolve to accept the recommendation by Treasurer Adair to propose the 2021 tax millage rate at the maximum allowable levy as permitted, permanently, Jesus, reduced by MCL 211.34D and authorized under Truth in Taxation, MCL .22124E.
21124E.
Okay, that's what I wanted to say, Jesus. With the full understanding that these requested tax levy rates will be reduced, if necessary, to comply with the state constitution, Article 9, Section 31, MXL Section 211.24E and 211.34. The following rates shall be proposed. General Fund, 8.9817 mils. Municipal Street Fund, 3.5923 mils. PA 33, 2.2500 mils. Total proposed millage rate, 14.8240 mils.
And just a side note, the PA 33 doesn't reduce by Headley.
Do I have a second to that?
I'll support that.
Joe, am I right, my understanding that the general fund millage and the municipal street fund millage has not changed?
Neither millage or municipals, when you set the proposed rate, it's at the current rate. It will change once I get appropriations and the Headley rollback figures in June. I get them late May.
The
but
PA 33 is .25 lower than last year.
Exactly.
Okay.
That is the.
But that one's not affected by Headley.
Do we have a roll call, please?
Ballard,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes,
Conan,
Yes.
Belkey,
Yes.
Sledds.
Yeah.
Okay, motion passes. Long-term waterworks agreement between F&B and the Village of Armada. Ross, I think this is yours.
Yes. If you all remember, about 8 months ago, President Wolak joined a committee to look at what do we do about Ed's impending retirement on the 31st of March. And there were a number of different issues that came up. One of which was, do we take an opportunity at this point to have a private company manage the water treatment plant, the arsenic detention sump, and do other waterworks related activities in the village. The committee decided that it made a lot of sense to do that because that would free up the DPW then, which was already well overtaxed, and Ed would be the first to tell you probably, had way too much on the plate for what it was able to be able to do. Allow the DPW now to focus on fewer water activities. Let a private vendor come in and manage the facility, do the reporting, the sampling, the reporting, and some other aspects of village waterworks. Fast forward to today, we've been in discussions with F&V Operations Incorporated for a period of time. F&V currently operates our wastewater treatment plant, has provided great service for the last 5 years. I think we were getting ready to renew that contract anyway, and so when the opportunity came to look at F&V to operate water treatment plant instead of competing to another company out there, the opportunity to get a reduced rate was kind of laid on the table, and I think that's what we've got. So I want to go into a whole lot of detail. The information's in your packet. I handed out at the earlier non-voting budget meeting an updated copy of my notes on this, which had a payment schedule. So the proposed price that F&V has put out for the first year, which would be contract year 1 of a 5-year contract, is $289,332. That's about $79,128 for managing the water activity, and then water treatment plant is $210,204, and that's managing the operation, and then they procure a large number of supplies as part of that. That's why that cost is high. If you, because this contract pricing is not going to be static for 5 years, it's going to change based upon consumer price index and employee cost index. That's what they peg their rates to. And it goes up a little bit or goes down a little bit. So we're not going to get a 5-year price. We have a price for contract year 1. So the little schedule I put in there shows, here's what happens if we simply increase by the current rate, which is 1.5%, for each of the years, 2 through 5. And that gets us to $1.5 million over 5 years. I would tell you the rate for water treatment plant, I'm very happy with that rate. It's a great rate. And Steve's rate has been that way and doesn't change much. Of course, he's not changing his scope of work. So it remains fairly static from what it has been for, what, the last 2 or 3 years?
All of that, more than that, but yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's a great rate. Now, what do we have yet to do? We're working on the final contractual language. The big sticking issue, I don't even know that it's a sticking issue, is that we had, when I talked to Jeff, he would prefer we have 2 separate contracts versus 1 combined contract. F&B says they'll do whatever we want to do. The big kicker here, though, is because we're getting reduced rates to have both of these 2 activities managed by F&B. It's kind of what the committee wanted to do because it made the most sense. You can have 2 separate contracts, but if in year 2 we decide that we want to get out of the water treatment plant operation with F&V, the cost of the wastewater treatment plant is going to go up, right? How much? I don't know, right? It will go up because their static rate for close to 5 years is based upon a combined activity between water treatment plant, wastewater treatment plant. I just want everybody to understand that. I don't see much of a risk. I think this is low risk for us to do this, but there may be some that would say we want these 2 pieces separated in the contract so that we can terminate one early or terminate another early. Don't think it's our advantage to do that, but if that happens, just understand that the cost for whichever is not terminated is going to go up. right? So, with that, I wanna make a motion, and I think I have to add in the pricing for the first year, which says that you all approve the cost for the first year, and that we'll sign the contract subject to Steve's approval, my approval, Jeff's approval, and Marv and Michelle's approval, right? And F and B's approval, right? So we gotta do that within the next week, but we wanna get the cost piece, which I think is a piece most people are concerned about, out of the way. Again, very, very fair price.
Do you have a motion you wanna make?
I do. I'm just anticipating questions. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a motion to approve the operating and maintenance agreements between the Village of Armada and F&B Operations and Resource Management Incorporated. Michelle, this is where I'm adding. In the total amount of $289,332 for contract year 1.
What was that, 200 and?
$289,332 for contract year 1. And then the rest is what we've got here. For the publicly owned wastewater treatment plant and water treatment plant facilities, subject to review and approval by the village attorney and water and sewer commissioners, and authorize the president and clerk to sign the agreements on behalf of the village. Phew.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
I'll support that.
Do we have any questions from the council?
I think it's a great deal. It's a great deal.
Do you have a question?
No question.
I'm gonna call roll.
This is Dave.
You always say it's a great deal so many times.
It's a great deal. A lot of work. I want to thank Lyle and Steve for their help on this. A lot of work.
Do I take the roll call?
Yeah.
Or the-
Belkey,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Ballard,
Yes.
where are you? Sleds,
Yes.
Conan.
Yes.
Thank
Good
you all.
job, you
Yeah.
guys.
Thank you.
Both,
A lot of
all
work.
three of you, especially the extra work from the sewer and the water commissioner there. So 21-22 wage allocations for treasurer, clerk, and non-contracted part-time police officers. Okay. So who's taking this one?
I'll take it. I'll resolve to establish the compensation for the treasurer of the Village of Armada in the amount of $42,170.63 annually,
Effective.
effective April 1, 2021.
Thank you.
Support.
Are there any questions? Would you take a roll call, please?
Ballard,
Yes?
Clark,
Yes.
Conan,
Yes.
Sleds,
Yes.
Belkey.
Yes.
Okay, motion's approved. Next.
Mr. President, I'll resolve to establish compensation for the clerk of the Village of Armada in the amount of $29,517.23 annually, effective April 1, 2021.
Support.
Are there any questions? I think that 23 cents makes all the difference in the
Sure
world.
does.
So does the 63 cents a Joe
Should
got.
have
Yeah.
used
Woo.
stamp.
Might push us
Never
over.
did- They used to buy a candy bar
Yeah.
for 29 cents.
Anyhow, you wanna call the roll on that?
Ballard,
Yes?
Belkey,
Yes.
Sleds,
Yes.
Conan,
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Okay, now to approve the rates for the part-time police officers.
Okay, Mr. President, I'll resolve to approve the hourly wage rates effective April 1st, 2021 for the current part-time police officers as follows. $17 per hour for a part-time officer having 6 months or less of service to the village. $17.50 per hour for part-time officers having 6 months to 1 year of service for the village. $18 per hour for part-time officers having 1 year or more of service to the village.
Support.
Are there any questions? Call the roll.
Ballard.
Yep.
Clark.
Yes.
Belkey.
Yes.
Conan.
Yes.
Swett.
Yes.
Okay. Budget amendments to the sewer fund. Stephen?
Sure. Mr. President, I resolve to approve the sewer fund budget amendments for fiscal year 2021 as follows. Revenue as listed on budget amendment in the adjusted amount of $75,000, increasing the fund revenue from $787,216.16 to $862,216.16 to further adjust the expenditures as listed on the budget amendment in the adjusted amount of $10,956 from $769,700.90 to $780,656.90, giving a total adjusted estimated fund balance of $140,479.26.
Support.
Are there any questions? Take the roll.
Clark.
Yes.
Ballard.
Yes.
Belkey.
Yes.
Swett.
Yes.
Conan.
Yes. Okay, there's one page.
Yeah.
Moving on or over to public hearing to consider an ordinance amending Title I, Chapter 8, Section 8-1 of the Village Code of Ordinances to change the compensation for the village president and the trustees. We need to go into public
Yeah,
hearing.
you need to open public hearing.
Mr. President, I will move that we enter into public hearing at 7:37.
Support.
All in favor?
Now you gotta call roll.
Oh, vote.
Ballard.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Belkey.
Yeah, what I said.
Slutz.
Yes.
Conan.
Yes. Yes.
Alright.
I said 7:37.
This is where you just open to the floor.
Okay, now, for the public, do you have any, okay, no questions, concerns? Then, can I have a motion to close this public hearing?
Mr. President, I'll make a motion to close the public hearing at, put my glasses on here,
Please make it 7:38.
7:38.
Support.
This doesn't need a roll.
And now we need a roll.
No, we don't,
Oh,
not for
yeah.
this. Not to exit.
What?
We don't need a roll for exit, just
Okay,
call for.
now we do need a motion,
No, you need to call, you need to all in favor.
All
Call
in
for
favor,
vote.
yeah.
Just all in favor.
nobody needs somebody to.
Not yet, just say
Okay,
all in favor.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And now
Now we
this,
close.
now he'll go to the.
Now we need a motion for this.
Mr. President, I'll move to adopt the ordinance establishing the compensation to be received by the president and trustees at $350 per meeting and $250 per meeting respectively.
Support.
Who is that? Ballard,
Yes.
Belkey,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Conan,
Yes.
Slutz.
Yes.
Okay, motion's approved. Next, we have
Another public hearing.
Another public hearing.
another public hearing to adopt the fiscal year 21-22 budget. So could I have a motion to go into public hearing?
Further, make a motion to enter into a public hearing at 7:40.
Support.
We still gotta
Yep.
call it.
Belkey,
Yes.
Ballard,
Yes.
Swets,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Cullen.
Yes. Okay, are there any questions on the new proposed budget for 21-22? Okay, now, Joe, if somebody wanted to get a copy of the budget, they can come in and get one, can't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so anyhow, if there's no other public questions, I need a motion to get out of public hearing.
Mr. President, also move we have public hearing at 7:41.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Right.
Opposed? Motion approved.
Yeah, we need these, one of these.
Now,
Motion to adopt.
we need a motion to adopt the budget.
Mr. President, I resolve to adopt fiscal year 20,
Oh, wait a minute, hold on,
Just
hold
say
on,
these
these numbers are not right. You're gonna have to read them off your budget. Sorry. Joe, you may have to jump in here.
I have to go and get my budget first.
Not as easy as it looks.
no.
You guys should have full budgets sitting up in front of you.
It's 464.
Okay,
Let me give it a shot.
Go ahead.
Okay, so wait, is Balky gonna do this one now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're taking Ballard off?
Take
Okay.
ballot off.
Make a motion to adopt the fiscal year 2021, 2022 budgets for the following funds as amended.
No, presented.
As presented.
Is it as presented?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, because we did it in the workshop.
Okay, all right. General fund, $464,251.29.
These are projected surplus at the end of the year.
Yes.
Got it. All right, we find, municipal street is $174,393.61. Major streets at $116,788.05. Local streets at $14,915.65. Water.
I think I got 789.51.
How much is it?
$116,789.51.
I thought that was different. Okay, yeah, what Chris said, $116,789.51. Sewer at $15,426.60. And now my salvage is down here somewhere. Somebody want to enlighten me on salvage? I'm not gonna find it.
Salvage, $47,787.92.
how much?
47,000.
No, salvage is more than that.
estimated
not.
year-end funding.
That's it,
Oh,
estimated year-end.
okay.
Remember, that was the
Balance.
105,
Yeah.
minus
Yep.
57,000.
47,
47,
787, 92.
92.
Thank you, Mr. Slides. I concur.
But that doesn't include what's in
No, you
savings.
have a savings account with that too, but you don't use that
You don't
savings account for operational.
Okay,
987.
Support.
Thank you.
okay. Want to take the roll?
Yes, sir. Ballard? Oh, I'm sorry, Relke,
Yes.
Relke. Ballard,
Yes.
Suds,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Conan.
Yes. I'm glad you-
Yeah.
Okay, now,
Stapler's broken, Michelle.
Is it?
Stapler.
Yeah, just about.
so what, set wage scales for treasurer and clerk.
Okay. So, you wanna talk, Joe?
This was something that we've discussed numerous times throughout the year, that we need to set entry level. You know, just as with Ed retiring and working here for 46 years, you're not gonna start someone in at his exit wage. So, the same way with the clerk and the treasurer, we both have tenure in that's pretty lengthy, so when I retire, you certainly don't want to start someone fresh at my wage. So you're going to set tonight an entry-level wage for the clerk, an entry-level wage for the treasurer, and then the incumbent wage for the seated clerk or treasurer at the amount that you approve in the budgets.
Yeah, what we did was we set an entry level and we capped it.
Yep.
So that was the plan because, it took Joe 20-some years to get to her wage. It's taken me 16 to get to mine. I think it's only fair that, when somebody is, if we run and somebody runs again and gets in, they should not come in at the wages that we are making, because we took us this many years to get to these wages, so.
So your suggestion is to have, enter, like if we
If you
have a new
appoint,
clerk,
yeah, or if you appoint, right,
or they run, either
right,
way,
either way.
that, their compensation be 20,000.
Starts at
Yeah,
that level.
and then they cap out at 45. I mean, if you wanna stay for 25 years, like, to get up to that kind of wage.
You guys wanna tackle this right now? Do you wanna pass this motion? Do you wanna wait on this?
Let's do it.
Make your motion.
Mr. President, I'll resolve to establish the base compensation for a newly elected or appointed treasurer or clerk of the village of Armada in the amount of $20,000. Increases in pay are set annually at regular meetings of council, but the wages may not exceed $45,000 annually.
Do we have a second on that?
So this is.
They're gonna start at 20,000 and they'll go.
For both positions.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Support.
Okay, are there any questions on this? Okay, do we need a roll
You
on
wanna roll
this?
on that? Ballard,
Yes.
Belkey,
Yes.
Sleds,
Yes.
Conan,
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Okay, motion's approved. It's a good idea, this is something we've been talking about for several
Yeah.
years. So-
It just never,
Now,
it just never.
that was run by Jeff?
In the past, we have. but
Yeah.
He's never come up with a dollar figure or anything, kind of let that up to us, I think.
Yeah,
You know, not that they deserve it, but in the case of our own elected officials in state and federal government, they just take off wherever they are. So the guy that replaced Betty Daigle, Mrs. Daigle, gets the same wages he was
Yeah, see,
getting
that's
after
not-
he was there 100 years.
no, that's wrong,
Years.
yeah.
But that's what I was gonna say, can we do that? You
Yeah.
might wanna mention it to Jeff anyhow, that we passed that
I will.
motion. Okay, thank you. Moving on. Oh, we set the scales.
Cable.
Reappointment to the Cable Commission.
Yeah, in the craziness of 2020, this should have been done in December, but because we had a crazy year, it got missed, so that's why it's here.
Okay, Mr. President, I'll resolve to comply with the President's recommendation to appoint Joe Adair to the Cable Commission to a term ending December 31, 2023, subject to the appointee meeting the qualifications as set forth in Chapter 2 of the Village Charter.
Support.
That's support.
I'm gonna give it to Slud. Sorry, Steve.
I was gonna give it to Steve. I was gonna give it to Steve.
Yeah, well, I already wrote it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Trump.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you for your service, Joe. Vacation for Ed, he's leaving.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but we still have paying some.
Payout of vacation time to Edward Saratowski.
Mr. President,
Go ahead.
make a motion to pay Edward Saratowski the balance of unused vacation time after his retirement to be paid with the payroll of April 8, 2021, and throw a party for all, no.
No, that's not part of the motion, yeah.
April 8, 2021.
Support.
And we need a roll call on this.
Belkey,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Sleds,
Yes.
Conan,
Yes.
Ballard.
Yes.
This is where we should be ending this meeting, Steve.
I
Yeah,
know, I know.
so close.
It's only money. Well, we have another change order. Happens every couple weeks down there. I believe everybody's got a copy of this. I've had many discussions with Doug from Rowe, both Dougs from Rowe, and they feel that these are warranted. But I'll let you know that we are contesting some other electrical things that have come up, and we're gonna see how far it's gonna go. I told them, you know, let's battle it, and maybe we'll come to some kind of an agreement. But anyway, just this little synopsis here. Item number 1 is the grid system additional wiring at $41,767, which I understood as being a difference between shop drawings and actual specs. I'm not happy with that. I think it's something we will talk about near the end of this project,
Oh, yeah, I think.
because somebody dropped the ball somewhere. But in order to keep the project moving. Item number 2 is replacing an 1.5 inch water valve that they went to use it, and it was leaking like crazy, so it had to be repaired.
Okay.
And item 3, 12 and 10 inch waste activated sludge piping and valve removal. They thought they could do what they needed to do without removing these items, but the room is not there. So, with that all being said, I'll move to approve change order number 6 for a net increase of $47,587 to the contract for the wastewater treatment plant SRF project 5645-01 to allow for grid system additional wiring, to replace an 1.5 inch flush valve and 12 and 10 inch waste activated sludge piping and valve removal, and to allow the sewer commissioner to sign change order 6 on behalf of the village.
Support.
Steve, is that,
Roll
that's
call.
gonna come out of SRS bond or sewer replacement?
You know, I don't know, Joe. I'm not
So
sure.
we'll have to look into it.
Okay, Clark,
Yes.
Ballard,
Yes.
Conan,
Yes.
Wolock. Oh, I'm sorry, Wolock is not here. Belkey,
Yes.
Sleds.
Yes.
So, upcoming agenda items.
Not sure we have anything left.
It's not really an upcoming agenda item, but, you know, before the 1st of April, we need to finish up this contract. I'm pretty confident it'll get done this week. I really don't want to go into next week and play brinksmanship, right, with the 31st of March. So we got to get that done, so hopefully the thing I'll do at the next meeting is report that we're finished, it's been signed, and F&B is on station and doing their work. I would say that the transition to management activity for the last 3 months has gone pretty well with, a lot of it due to Ed's help, getting Chris Munson up to speed, making sure that he and Matt from the wastewater treatment plant know the operation of the water treatment plant, ready to do the stuff that they need to do. So, thanks Ed for that, I really appreciate it. Great job.
Coming back to the upcoming agenda items that people want put on the agenda.
Okay.
Anything?
I guess what I'm telling you is I won't have anything for water to go on the agenda.
Holy
Good.
cow. Hell of a
Thank you.
report, though.
Took a long time to kind of say. Took a long time for me to get that out of you.
I know. I felt compelled.
Steve, Chris, Lyle.
Nope, nothing.
Okay. Citizen comments. You're just about a citizen. You can make a citizen comment.
He's a citizen.
There's nothing to comment about.
Okay. Are there any council comments?
Yes, I got one final thing. I didn't want to let you get out of here too easy. It's not quite 8 o'clock yet. So I'm going to talk to the camera for a second because we talked about the end of the month. What happens at the end of this month? The governor's moratorium on water shutoffs probably goes away, right? She could extend it, but I have heard nothing about an extension. We have a small number, of residents in the village that have had issues paying their water bills, and there's a lot of reasons for that. Hopefully the stimulus checks have helped them out. But in the February bill that we sent out, we sent a letter to each of these water customers and sewer customers, frankly, that are behind, and said, hey, we want to work with you, we understand the issues, but we need you to come into the village and set up a payment plan if you are behind, right? And if you set up a payment plan, we will work with you and we will not shut your water off unless it gets well beyond a reasonable point. We've had very few of these customers that have come into the village office to set up any kind of a payment plan. And I want to tell people, if they're watching, that we really ask you respectfully, come on in and set up a payment plan. It could be for $5, $10, something. But that shows good faith that you're willing to pay for the water you've already used. It's a customer-funded system. So when you don't pay your fair share of it, you put the burden on everybody else in the village. Again, there's good reasons why that is, but come the moratorium coming off at the end of the month, we don't really have much recourse but to go out and start shutting people's water off. And we will do that if you don't come into the village and work with us and set up a payment plan. So ask them nice, ask them respectfully, but we don't have many other ways to manage this other than to shut water off, to get people's attention, to say you need to come and pay for the water that you've already used. In some cases for a number of months, some cases over a year. So we don't want these bills to get astronomical. So please come in, see Becky. Becky's going on vacation soon, so she's going to be out of the office. So before the end of the month, please come on in and set up a payment plan with the village.
And even if Becky's gone, anybody can talk to myself or Michelle.
Yeah.
So don't put it off just because you think somebody's on vacation.
Yeah. Becky's very good at it and used to working with the customers. Joe or Michelle can do it as well. But, so please do it before the end of the month. Come 1 April, we may be in a situation where you have to come and knock on your door and shut your water off. So regretfully, but we have to do it.
I too have a comment, and it costs money too. It deals with the wipes that people flush down the toilets. They get caught in the sewer system, they ball up along with washing grease or whatever down the sewer system. It eventually causes clogs, which costs you money and incurs a lot of work from the DPW to make things right. So even though something says it's flushable, doesn't mean it should be flushed down the toilet. So we have trouble in the lines, and we also have, it makes its way down to the sewer plant and it causes problems down there too. So please don't do that. Thank you.
We have that on the website, in the, right on the front page, you can go on, looks, and we got something from FMV or something
Yeah.
from somebody, and we put that on there about what is not flushable,
Yeah.
so.
Well, thank you, Ross and Steve. Are there any other council comments? Do we have any community events to announce?
No, we can't throw a parade for Ed, but
Do we have a date for, we're doing a luncheon or something?
yeah, I think we're just doing it in here because, we still can't meet as a large group anywhere, so we're just gonna have something small.
Okay. Is public able to cycle through and?
I don't know. I don't know how many people we'll have. I mean, I don't wanna, if somebody steps in and, wants to say goodbye, I don't know what the date is, so I'm sorry. It's when Becky gets back. I just don't remember the date.
Right. Because Becky wants to be here for it, so.
But if you see Ed
She's holding
uptown
me
and you
hostage.
wanna buy him lunch, that'd be great. I'm sure he'd appreciate it.
46 years of service.
He's not gonna talk to me, Merv.
Oh,
But,
I imagine Ed's gonna really miss seeing the streets out there full of snow at 3 o'clock in the morning.
That part you're probably not gonna miss.
But again, probably if you wanna get up and come down there, they'll probably let you still run the truck once in a
I think you'll be
while.
the first one to call
Do
and
the
complain that
snow
the
plowing.
streets aren't plowed.
So, we have no closed, session. So, anybody wanna move for adjournment?
Mr. President, I'll move we adjourn at 8:03 PM.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nobody's opposed.
Get you down.
Dave, I got to do all that talking and we still got done in an hour.